Good to have everybody. Welcome. We are going to get started. Just some quick introductions. My name is Travis Martin. I've lost over 100 pounds on the program, come off all prescription medications. The program's changed my life. I feel honored and privileged to be able to help other people accomplish what I have. Tens of thousands of others have now, and all we can do is bow our unworthy head and give Jesus the praise for it all. We're getting our life back. We're drawing nigh to God. We're living like we're supposed to be living, with a measure of restraint and self-discipline. And what we find is discipline doesn't equal imprisonment. Discipline equals freedom. We get to enjoy so many more things in this short, vaporous life that we have when we take care of our sacred temple. Welcome, everybody. It's good to have you. We've got some folks, a few people with us on Facebook, and then we've got some folks in the Zoom room with us. Good to have you all. We're going to get this started. Feel free to ask your questions. We'll just start with Q&A. The last few sessions, I haven't had to have an agenda because y'all have been asking some really good questions that's not only helpful to yourself, but helpful to the group as a whole, as we begin to realize we're not engaging with a diet. We're engaging with a lifestyle. And there's a lot to learn regarding this lifestyle, but that's what makes it so effective and so powerful, because you can use it how you would based upon your goals, your individual goals, your personal philosophies. It just works for everyone. As your state of mind changes, there's different type of Shibboleth days. You know, I know a lot of people that, for example, they listen to a good documentary and decide they want to be a vegan, only to find out a couple of days later they don't want to be a vegan. And does anybody know what I'm talking about? The circle, it just keeps going. It's a never-ending vicious cycle because your state of mind is always changing. So what I love about Shibboleth, you can be a vegan for a day, for a week, for 2 months, 3 months, the rest of your life. You still need to understand food combinations. You can be a carnivore for a day, for a week, for the rest of your life. You still need to understand food combinations. Before we turn it over to Q&A, who knows the two things that must take place for one to lose body fat efficiently? Does anybody know? The two things. Because regardless of your philosophies, regardless of your leanings, whether you want to eat all organic and clean, or whether you want to eat with coupon cutting, whatever it is, there's two things you've got to do. Good job. Calorie deficit must be obtained and established. Insulin control must be obtained and established, or you cannot lose body fat efficiently. Any other fluctuation you see on your scales is just water weight, waste, and maybe even muscular loss. Awesome. All right, let's get started here. We've got our first question. It's a private question. I have 34 pounds to get to my goal weight, and it is going slow. What can I do to boost my weight loss again? Well, I really wonder if it's slow because we all would define slow differently. Now, in that private chat, if you would tell me what you mean by slow, are you gaining weight now? Are you losing a pound a week? Are you losing 2 pounds a week? How much have you lost? When's the last time you lost weight? Otherwise, I would be throwing darts in the dark, trying to pinpoint what the problem is. But we all look at what. Let me ask y'all this as a group, because this is a private question. Do you feel losing 1 pound of fat per week is slow? Who feels like that would be slow? Let's figure out if all of our definitions are the same. Somebody says no. Somebody says yes, it is slow. Somebody said not really. No. Okay, so if we're losing 1 pound per week, if we're losing 1 pound of fat per week, that's fast. That's a lot of fat. And if we do that, and the person just said, thank you for commenting in the private chat, the person just said they're losing about 1 pound a week. That's fast. So if you're having a hard time remapping the brain, because that's 52 pounds of fat in a year, If you're having a hard time remapping the brain, do this with me. Ask yourself this question. If you gained 1 pound of fat every week for 1 year, and at the end of this year, you had put on 52 pounds of fat, how many of you would think to yourself, you gained weight really fast? You would, if you gained 52 pounds in a year, you would think that you gained, that would be your truth would be you gain fat really fast. So how, if you lose 1 pound a week, cannot that not be fast fat loss? If gaining 52 pounds in a year is fast fat gain, how can losing 52 pounds in a year not be fast fat loss? Does that make sense? Now, can we do better than 1 pound a week? Yes, this person has room for improvement here with their fat loss goals, because they have said they still have 34 more pounds to lose. I wouldn't suspect that it would get as low as 1 pound a week until the last 15 pounds. So you need to get your journal checked. Do you mind telling me in the private chat while I'm answering other questions? Are you journaling so that someone can check your journal? Carol Marino had a good comment, said, no, that's 4 sticks of butter. That's good. Journaling every day. So the first thing we need to do is get a mentor appointment. I'm going to give you some quick tips, though. You need to get a mentor appointment. Or would you like for me to check your journal here today? I bet with you asking a private question, you don't want me to check it in front of the group. If you want me to check it in front of the group, I'll do it myself. But if not, get a mentor appointment. Mentor, I'm going to put it over here in the chat that you're in. You want me to? All right, I'm going to pull it up. Is it okay, y'all, if we make this class a journal check? Would that be good? Now I got to tell who you are, though. Okay, Allison is going to let me check her journal in front of everybody, so bear with me. This should make for a good class. Okay, Allison, thank you for sharing. This is you, right, Allison? Am I on the right place? All right, so let's take a look. You're losing, you've got 30 more pounds to lose. Let's take a look at what was going on before this month. It looks like you had a fantastic month. How much have you lost so far without me going? Do you mind telling me that? Well, I'm going to start looking at your journal. But if you will, go ahead and tell us how much you've lost total, just so I'm not having to jump around on screens. Okay, you've already lost 50. 50 is about that time that we see a little slowdown. About every 50 pounds, your metabolism takes a hit because you're getting smaller and smaller. So it requires less and less calories to exist on a smaller body. So your calorie deficit is going to be a little thinner. Okay. So on this particular day, you had a meal episode of scrambled egg and toast. I'm going to assume when it's not said that that's approved toast. It would be helpful, since you feel like you've hit a plateau, if you would post your pictures of your eating episode so we can monitor for portions. Peanut butter sandwich and Quest chips. If I wanted, you did great there, but if I was wanting to speed things up, I would have had either a peanut butter sandwich or Quest chips until I reached my goal. And cheese quesadilla. So if this is approved cheese and approved quesadilla, she's got it. Okay, she did 3 beautiful eating episodes. Now, this is not to correct something that she did, but to optimize it, because the case study here is I've lost 50. I've got 30 more to lose. I'm not losing it fast enough for my liking. If she was losing it fast enough for her liking, nothing to change here. But since she's not, I have some critiques for optimization. Number one, she ate a lot of mush. There's a lot of pre-digested foods here. This does not rev up our metabolism. This will support our metabolism, okay? This will support our metabolism. It's low enough in the calorie range to lose body fat, but it's not going to be fast, and she's really not boosting her metabolism because scrambled eggs don't require a lot of digestion. And then approved toast certainly requires very little digestion. Then she had 2 slices of bread and chips. This is all processed stuff. All processed and about half digested before she even eats it. So she's not getting a lot of blood flow to the digestive system because there's no real food here. Cheese quesadilla works. Everything she's having controls insulin. Everything she's having is a low enough calorie range. This probably was working for her when she started the program, but it's going to stop working as good because she had 1, 2, 3, 4, basically 5 servings of bread in one day, counting Quest chips. And there's no really lean, dense protein source here. Does that make sense, everyone? Sometimes we want to go fast. Sometimes we're okay with slower weight loss. You're still going to get to goal as long as you don't quit. Okay. But those are the challenges with that first day that I see. Next. Again, 2 egg white muffins. Good job. Peanut butter sandwich and Quest chips. Good job. Pizza nachos. Is that an approved recipe, Allison? Okay. Another beautiful, perfect day. For someone who has a lot of weight to lose, it's going to be fast weight loss here. For someone with not a lot to lose, if y'all have heard me teach enough classes, I say when you start getting under 30 pounds, it starts slowing. In that last 15, you got to really pick up the energy expenditure. But she's done great. But look at the type foods she's eating. Lots of bread, lots of pre-digested stuff. So 2 days in a row with no dense protein. Egg white omelet. Now I've got a picture. Looks like a nice portion. Beautiful fat-burning meal. Gooey caramel candy bites. Not so good for metabolism. Hawaiian chicken, cauliflower rice, and green beans. If that plate, it's hard to tell in pictures sometimes. That plate looks large. That looks like a little too much portion to me, but I could be wrong, because it's hard to tell in a picture. If your hand, next time, if you put your hand by it, I'll know. Okay. So if I was looking at this, I like that you had egg whites. I like that you had chicken. If that portion was dimmed down a little, I would think this would be your best day by far so far. Egg whites and veggies, good. Hawaiian chicken wrap. Was there only 2 eating episodes on this day, Allison? If so, that's a beautiful day. Great day. 2 eating episodes. You're eating like the size you want to be now. Great job. No journal entry here. It says perfect, but there are no entries. So is that a perfect day, Miss Allison? No, it's not. Do you want me to mark it? Okay, I'm gonna mark it. Holiday. If we don't journal, it's a holiday. Next, got a perfect day. Looks like only 2 eating episodes. If that's the case, the Fairlife shake, you did good. Boar's Head London Broil and Quest chips, beautiful. I don't see any bread mentioned. I like that you're slowing down with the bread. Atkins bar, Boar's Head London Broil, only 2 eating episodes again. If this is all we had, we did terrific that day. 2 eating episodes. It looks like you've dropped eating episodes to speed up weight loss. Egg whites with spinach, taco chili. If your portion was controlled of the taco chili, another beautiful day. Exactly, Kelly. No journal, it's not a perfect day. That is the beginning of relapse. Perfect. Mighty muffin, good. London broil, good. Peanut butter toast, peanut nutter toast, good. I see nothing wrong with that day. Tiger 24. Ooh, I like that. A 24-hour fast buffalo chicken chimichanga. I think you're doing great. Do you have the ability to get 10,000 steps a day? I would try to pick up the energy expenditure, and this is going to take care of itself. All you got to do is keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to get there. You're going to hit little bumps, little plateaus along the way as your body adjusts. I don't think you'll see any significant slowdown with what you're doing, assuming it's all accurate, until you get down another 10 or 15 pounds. Then you're going to have to pick up probably the energy expenditure so you don't have to lower your calories further. There's a certain diminishing return on our investment when we lower calories too low. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Anybody else today? Thank you, Allison. Thank you for doing that. Those others that would like me to do that, one time per class, I don't mind doing it. Yeah, bread make you dead. We allow for bread. We pick out the lesser evils so that we make our program practical and sustainable. I like bread too. I committed a Travis cardinal sin just the other day. I was craving a bowl of cereal. I love cereal. And I try to stay away from cereal because of what I just shared with Allison and the group. It's mush, and it turns you into mush. So it's really good, though, to crave that and know what to do so that it doesn't set me back a couple of days. So what I did was I had Advanced Health Systems high-protein cereal mixed with very sweet hemp flakes and fat-free Fairlife milk. It was delicious. I preserved muscle. I controlled insulin, but it wasn't the best thing to boost my metabolism, but it's what I wanted in the moment. That's why I say Shibboleth is great because there's so many philosophies under that one big umbrella. We're just simply teaching you how to take whatever you're doing and do it with the right food combination so that we control insulin. Jody, switching to Olay high fiber tortillas would help, wouldn't it? Generally speaking, not always does this hold true, but most often this holds true that the approved tortillas are better than approved bread. So let's say we've got a bread that is a -2 bread. A tortilla that's a -2 tortilla is going to be better than a bread that's a -2 bread. Thanks, Patricia. Thanks, Allison. Shirley, you have egg whites and grits for breakfast. Let me ask the group a question. Is egg whites and grits okay? I love learning with you all. Okay, great comments here. I can tell I've got a lot of folks that started with me many years ago, but maybe haven't been as invested in Shibboleth. So here's the thing. It is best to have egg whites, a 1/4 cup of grits with a category 2. However, egg whites and a serving of grits is a perfect pairing. So you didn't need the category 2 if you didn't want it, because that would be a perfect pairing. It's one of the few perfect pairings where it doesn't fit a combination rule, but those two things together, they just work out from a nutritional standpoint because your protein comes in greater than your net carbs. A 1/4 cup of cooked grits with as many egg whites as you can stand is going to shut down that fat bus from the grits. You're curious as why a tortilla is better for you than bread. Typically speaking, a tortilla is going to have more guar gum in it, which slows down digestion. Typically, a tortilla is going to be slower digesting bread product than regular air spun bread. That the bread is more pre-digested than a tortilla. Tortilla takes a little more work. An approved tortilla takes a little more work from your digestive system because of the ingredients. Any kind of grits will do. Of course, real grits. What is that? Stone ground grits. That would be best. I think that's what they're called. But even instant grits, I use 1 pack of cheese grits with a ½ cup of scrambled egg whites. Then it tastes like a cheesy omelet. Cheese grits with egg whites. When doing a PP, a perfect pairing, is it always good to add a category 2? You can take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. Not always good. If your category 2 is a vegetable, always good. If your category 2 is bread, not always good. So in that example, if I was having egg whites and grits and spinach, I'd rather do that than just egg whites and grits. But I'd rather just have egg whites and grits than egg whites, grits, and a piece of toast. Does that make sense? When your category 2 is a category 2 bread, it's better to leave it off with a perfect pairing where there's already enough protein and fiber or fiber. Private question. So with the last 30 pounds, basically lean meat and veggies? No, I wouldn't say that. Now, you may come to that conclusion yourself because you want to speed the weight loss up. But anything in the red column, yellow column is going to get you to goal if you're consistent and persistent. I don't want to pigeonhole anybody and say at a certain point you should only eat a lean meat and a vegetable. That is certainly an optimal thing to do as you get close to your goal, but it's not necessary. This is where we get in trouble because what one person thinks is slow weight loss, a person like me thinks is very fast weight loss. So we don't want to pigeonhole anyone. There's no reason to disrupt the success we're having. If we're having success enjoying the variety, why disrupt that success and limit ourselves even more? Unless we just really have some event we're getting ready for, some goal. Listen, that's the problem with this and every other diet I know about, is that it's like everybody's just trying to get to the end of the diet so they can, y'all hear what I'm saying? That we try to get to the end of the diet so that we can go back to eating the way we want to with a leaner body. Then you just put the weight back on and wasted all that time and effort. If we're living a lifestyle, the lifestyle trumps everything because we get there and then we stay there. Because even when we get there, we're still going to live by our lifestyle. So yes, you will speed things up. If you have red column meats and veggies, you will speed things up for sure. But does that make the program enjoyable to you? Or are you getting up every day saying, I'm starving to death? So in that case, I could still have blue column if I wanted it. I just want you to know all the facts. And as adults, make decisions based upon your state of mind and your goals. If you're having 2 boiled eggs, is it best to have 1 whole egg and 1 egg white, no bread? Or can you have 2 boiled eggs? You can have all that. You could. It's just up to you. Now, usually when y'all are asking this, you're wanting me to tell you which one is faster weight loss. That's what you're really wanting me to do. We don't really know which one will be faster weight loss. I can tell you which one will be faster fat loss. 2 boiled eggs without anything on the side. But you could have 2 boiled eggs and a piece of toast. You could have 1 boiled egg and 1 egg white. When you have a choice of egg whites over whole eggs, you should choose whole eggs. They're more nutritious. They're more nutritious for wellness and for long-term health. 2 whole eggs are better than egg whites. But if you want a category 3 or a category 5, then you got to go with the egg whites, because you don't, when you're trying to lose weight, we don't want that yolk, the fatty part of that egg, with an insulin producing food. You've been having 2 boiled eggs for breakfast. That's good. I do that too. That's one of my favorite lunches, actually. I like to even chop it up and mix a little approved mayo and mustard in it and eat it like egg salad. Y'all are getting hungry. Anyone else? Any other questions before we go today? It's Friday. We all gonna get out of here early today. Any other questions? Feel free to ask. I want to be a help to you. I want to feel like I've served somebody in Jesus' name today. Egg salad on a tortilla. Sharon, I'm assuming you would use a approved recipe egg salad. Is that correct? Thank you, Mary. Yeah, if your egg salad is approved, the reason I keep saying approved, there's a lot of people like to argue with this guy, and they're like, well, the calories were the same, so the ingredients didn't matter. The ingredients are what matters. All calories are not created equal. So you want to use a Shibboleth approved egg salad recipe. And then if you use a Shibboleth approved tortilla, put those 2 together, you've got a great eating episode, an approved one. It's not about calories. In fact, you never even see a calorie label that is correct. Y'all have never seen a correct calorie label in your life. You've never seen one. When it says this many calories is in this food, not true. The only time you see a calorie label that's true is when it's on something that's ultra refined and processed that your body doesn't have to digest. When you see a chicken breast that says 120 calories, there's not 120 units of energy in that chicken breast, because your body has to use almost as much energy as is in a chicken breast just to break down the chicken breast. Do y'all see why I say protein causes your metabolism to turn on? You get a lot of blood flow to the digestive system. So when you see chicken breast or broccoli, when you look at broccoli and it says there's 50 calories in a cup, there might be 10 calories. That'll be about all your body can extract from it. So when we're eating the kind of foods that are in the red column, have y'all ever heard me say exercise on a plate? It literally is exercise on a plate. You can eat a solid red column meal 3 times in a day, and it's like you also went to the gym and exercised. That's how many calories you burn off through breaking down those red column foods. Somebody should shout when you hear that. Thanks for the kind comments. Is 1 ounce of pickle juice a day okay? Yeah, I probably have more than that. I love pickle juice. I got 3 jars in there now. I take a shot of it when my tummy's upset or right after working out as an electrolyte replacement. Anyone else? I used to buy all these electrolyte replacements, and now I don't. I just keep my pickle juice. Any other questions? Thank you, Sheila. I love y'all so much. Y'all my buddies. Olive juice is good. It's a great, has a high ORAC value. If you wanted olive juice, you could do that. I've never done it, but it has a high antioxidant effect. So, yeah. Yes, you should. I'm not saying anybody should drink pickle juice. I don't want to be confused there. I don't want to confuse anyone. I'm not suggesting that we should drink pickle juice. In fact, it could be counterproductive for someone who has heart disease. I was diagnosed with heart disease, but Shibboleth cleared up my high blood pressure, heart disease, etc. I don't want to say that one should have, just like I don't want to say that our students should have apple cider vinegar every day. It's something I do, and I take a shot a day of pickle juice, usually after I've sweat and worked out. But if you're just looking for an amount that you and I both feel comfortable with, maybe an ounce. Tell me how apple cider vinegar helps. Apple cider vinegar with the mother, the good bacteria, helps in many ways. It is a wonderful health tonic, has some antiviral properties. It also helps the body maintain the proper pH with more ease. It also helps control insulin. I will often have a shot of pickle juice before a holiday meal. Not pickle juice, I'm sorry. I'm thinking vinegar. Bragg's apple cider vinegar. I keep it in my survival kit. If I don't have Advocare Fibotrim or Advocare Carbies Plus to stop the fat bus, then I'll take Bragg's apple cider vinegar. But it's a long-standing tonic and elixir. Anytime I eat sushi, I love sushi. Anytime I eat oysters, I will immediately take a swig of apple cider vinegar afterwards. Helps if you feel a tummy virus coming on. It's just a good health tonic. Should talk to your doctor and see if it's okay for your current situation. You sound like me, Patricia Hurt. I try to walk and take notes at the same time too. I look at it this way: you don't really need anything except for wholesome food, a calorie deficit, and insulin control to lose weight. If you're doing everything right and you want to do more, that's when you look to supplements like Bragg's apple cider vinegar. They can definitely give you an edge. They can definitely help you lose weight a little bit faster. Maybe you get is it worth it to you with supplementation to get 2 extra pounds of fat loss a month? That's about the most supplementation can do, is give you an extra 1 to 2 pounds of fat loss a month, and can also allow for you to feel better while you're in a calorie deficit. That's the reason to take supplementation. 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar consistently is enough to have impact. Apple cider vinegar also has good bacteria in it. It's probiotic, prebiotics. Prebiotics is what probiotics feed off of. You need not only probiotics, but prebiotics. Anything fermented will do that for you. Anybody else? Anything before we go? Pretty good crowd for Friday. Thanks for coming. Oh, glad to hear that. Is it Amanda? I can't see your full name because my chat's not showing it. I'm guessing it's Amanda. Says, this is my first Zoom meeting. I will be back. It's good to have you. So glad that you're with us. Bring a friend. We love helping people. It's what God's called us to do. All right, y'all. Have a terrific weekend. And remember, when you don't love yourself, old Travis and God loves you. All right. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time. Next week, we'll start a new round of these, Monday through Friday, Lord willing. We love y'all. Have a terrific weekend. Don't hesitate to reach out to me or the team on Facebook if you should need us. God bless you.